shall be treated as late, for which slips have been received at the table within the stipulated time. The rest will be treated as lapsed. Item number 8, Shri Anant Kumar.
Supplementary. Thank you, madam, for providing me an opportunity to speak on the supplementary demands for grants. I also thank my leader, Shri Advani ji and Srimati Sushma Swaraj ji, for giving me an opportunity to initiate the debate on this very important issue, madam. The country is in a dire situation. Country's economy is in shambles. And this, I feel, madam, the entire August House also agrees with me on any of the parameters of the economy. The situation is very, very critical. The inflation is raging at a level of 10%. I want to deal with that later separately. The fiscal deficit is an all-time high, a record high at 5%. The current account deficit is also at 5%. It's very unfortunate, madam, that the growth rate has crumbled down to 4.4%. Even in that, two important drivers of the growth, agriculture and industry. Agriculture is 2.7%, and I come from Bengaluru, which is an industrial town. Most of the industrial sheds across the country, even in my city, are shut down, madam. Industrial growth is only 0.87%. Our Honorable Finance Minister is here, madam. And if you ask him why this has happened, what has happened to our macro and microeconomic indicators, why the economy is in such situation, he is a very intelligent person, madam. He will always doesn't take the responsibility and shift the responsibility. He has always done so, madam. He shifts the responsibility of today's economic mess to the state governments. Of course, Congress governments have definitely contributed for this economic mess. He will also say that there is no unanimity on economic policy in this August House in the Parliament of India. He says that because of the opposition we are in such a situation, because of Bharatiya Janata Party we are in such a situation. He will also continue that because of Samajwadi Party, Bahujan Samajwadi Party, UPA partners we are in such situation. And he will blame Parliament in general also. Global factors he will blame. And very unfortunately, recently he has blamed his own predecessor, madam, for the economic situation. Madam, I want to quote that in the same house, while speaking, our Honorable Finance Minister said, "Sir, in the last 12 months, there has been many ups and downs. When I took over on the 1st of August, I knew that I was returning to a very difficult pitch. The fiscal deficit limits have been breached. In fact, the budget estimates for RE, the current account deficit has fell. I don't want to elaborate further on this, madam. While speaking in the other house, madam, I quote, our Honorable Finance Minister Chidambaramji said, there are not just external factors, there are also domestic factors. We recognize that there are domestic factors. One of the domestic factors is that we allowed the fiscal deficit to be breached and we allowed current account deficit to swell because of certain decisions that we took during the period 2009 and 11. Madam, when it comes to collective responsibility, especially on coal scam, we were demanding, Sushma ji was demanding, Yashwant ji was demanding that the Honorable Prime Minister should come before the House, come before the country and explain what happened in the coal scam, what happened to the missing or stolen files, what happened to that admonishment of Honorable Supreme Court regarding the missing files, CBI's affidavit. Then the government told us, madam, in your August presence, that the coal minister will reply because it's a matter of collective responsibility. When it comes to coal, it's collective responsibility. But when it comes to finances, when it comes to the economic situation of the country, Chidambaramji says it is because of his predecessor. Madam?
Predecessor.
Because of his predecessor.
Predecessor.
It's very unfortunate, madam. I hope that the entire country owes an explanation from him. Madam, this government, led by Srimati Sonia Gandhi and Dr. Manmohan Singh, before going into that, I want to also remind the Honorable Finance Minister that in 2008 and 9 supplementaries, 2 supplementaries he presented, he came for 1,50,000 crore rupees and 42,000 crore rupees. Totally the fiscal deficit, which was budgeted at 1.33 lakh crores, got increased to 3.37 lakh crores. That was the major reason. The so-called stimulus package given by Chidambaramji ruined the national economy. That was the beginning of the fall of Indian economy. Madam, Srimati Sonia Gandhi and Dr. Manmohan Singh came to government with an assurance saying that Congress ke haath, Aam Aadmi ke saath. I want to ask the Honorable Finance Minister, through you, madam, after 9 years of misrule, mismanagement of the national economy, Indian economy, what has happened to the common man? What has happened to the Aam Aadmi?
Mango people.
And one of the close associates of the family has the audacity to call Aam Aadmi as mango people. I condemn it. Madam, what about the price rise? What about the industrial slowdown? What about the rising unemployment? What about the rupee devaluation? Today's rate is 65 rupees, madam. For the benefit of this house, for the benefit of our Honorable Finance Minister, I want to give a comparison. In last few days, madam, while Sushma ji told me to prepare to initiate this debate, I was going through lot of statistics. I am in great anguish, madam, with heavy heart, I am putting forth this statistics before this August House. In 2004 and 5 economic survey, they themselves have agreed that they inherited a strong, stable and robust economy. And I want to give the figures. In 2003 and 4, the GDP growth rate was 8.6%. And now today it has slumped down in this quarter to 4.4%. Agricultural growth under Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 2003 and 4 was 9.05%. And today it is unfortunately nearly 1.79%. Industrial growth during our time, our then Finance Minister Jaswant Singh ji is also sitting here, madam. Industrial growth was 7.32%. Now it is minus 0.87%. What about the inflation records? The consumer price index, we always had stabilized the price line, madam. In those 6 years of Atalji, from 1998 to 2004, I don't remember, or any of you also do not remember, of having a single debate in both houses of the parliament on price rise and inflation. There was no inflation. We had maintained inflation. We had checked the inflation, checked the price rise. But today, the inflation is touching the roof, is skyrocketing. Onions is at 80 rupees. Tomato is at 80 rupees. Sugar has become sour at 35-40 rupees. And what is the advice by the government, madam? The advice by the government is, चावल खाना बंद करो, प्याज खाना बंद करो, टमाटर खाना बंद करो, पेट्रोल डीजल ज्यादा हुआ तो पेट्रोल पंप बंद करो। मुझे लगता है इस देश को बचाने के लिए आने वाले चुनाव में कांग्रेस को बंद करो। मैडम, what is the other important factor other than these economic factors? Other important factor is, madam, is incompetence and corruption. The Indian story that has started with Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, today under UPA's misrule and mismanagement has collapsed. The Indian economic story, economic march has collapsed because of two factors, madam: incompetence and corruption. And if we see the corruption, CWG, 2G, प्रधानमंत्री जी का कोल जी, और 2G, CWG, कोल जी के ऊपर दामाद जी, वो भी बाहर आने वाला है मैडम। All these economic parameters during NDA period we maintained. I want to go into more technical details. regarding current account deficit. Our Honorable Finance Minister is an Artha Shastri. It is unfortunate nowadays people call him Anartha Shastri, that's a different thing. But the percentage to GDP was 2.3%, which has touched 5%. The external debt during our period, madam, was 112 billion US dollars, which is 390 billion US dollars. I want to ask a straight question to the Honorable Finance Minister. How is he going to rectify the present financial crisis, madam? And if rupee is getting devalued day by day, and if there is mayhem in the Sensex market, who is going to get hurt? It is ultimately common man. He is going to go to bed hungry. उनको 2 वक्त का रोटी नहीं मिलने वाला है. He is not going to have any proper housing, health care, education. This UPA government and Congress government has betrayed the common man, madam. There are challenges. During our time also, we had challenges. During our time also, we had challenges, madam. To begin with, we had Pokhran. Pokhran made India nuclear sovereign in a nuclear way. After Pokhran, we had super cyclone of Orissa, earthquake of Gujarat. We had the Kargil war. We had the floods and drought. We had sanctions. And when we had that sanctions, we approached our patriotic NRIs across the world. They came forward. They gave us 4.5 billion US dollars. And we can easily tackle the sanctions. Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji showed the vision, showed the commitment, showed the leadership. Today, I want to ask through you, madam, to both Srimati Sonia Gandhi, Manmohan Singh and Chidambaram ji, where is the leadership? Where is the commitment? Where is the vision? Where is the concern? And the sentiment of the both Indian citizens as well as our NRIs, our domestic investors as well as the foreign direct investors, various FIAs, that sentiment has been destroyed, madam. They have lost the confidence in the leadership. They have lost the confidence. The credibility of the leadership has been in jeopardy. When there is no credibility, when there is no confidence, when there is no sentiment, then people are not going to invest in Indian story, madam. And they are unable to instill back that confidence. What about the employment, madam? According to NSSO records, during our time, 1998 to 2004, we could create 60 million employment. That is 6 crore jobs. But what has happened? Afterwards, in last 5 years, there is only generation of 2.7 million employment. That means we gave a stability with employment. We gave economic stability with check on the prices. We gave growth with stability, but from employment generation of 6 crores, you created a jobless growth, and now no jobs, no growth, minus growth situation. Now is the situation where there is minus growth, madam. Madam, I want to discuss the issues of agriculture also. The agriculture across the country is losing its profitability, madam. The farmers are committing suicide. Every day more than 468 farmers are committing suicide. Last year it has been all-time high with 46,000 farmers committing suicide. And there are reports from Haryana that the farmers of Haryana are selling their organs for the sake of loan repayment, their subsistence. And Haryana is a state ruled by the Congress party. जब आपको अवसर मिलेगा जरूर बोलिए। मध्य प्रदेश में
वो बात
मध्य प्रदेश में मैडम मैं बताऊंगा। मध्य प्रदेश मैडम, द गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया हैज awarded Madhya Pradesh led by Shivraj Singh Chauhan for the best performance in the agriculture. Krishi Karman Puraskar. Everywhere in the country it is 3 points. All over the country it is 3.7% of growth rate for agriculture.
In Madhya Pradesh it is 19%.
But in Madhya Pradesh it is 19% growth rate for agriculture. And if there is one state, Madam, in Madhya Pradesh, earlier the irrigation potential was only 7 lakh hectares.
Irrigated land.
Now irrigation potentiality, the irrigation has expanded to 25 lakh hectares. My dear colleague Bhuria ji should know this, that during Digvijay Singh ji it was Bantadar, Shivraj Singh is the Karnadar of Vikas. Madam, अपनी सीट पर जाके बोलो।
यहाँ आ गए क्या? नहीं, एसपी के मेंबर हो गए क्या? एसपी के मेंबर हो गए क्या?
मैडम, जब हम मध्य प्रदेश के बारे में बोलेंगे तो कमलनाथ जी शर्मिंदा होकर के ट्रेजरी ब्रांचेस से समाजवादी पार्टी के पास चले गए, क्योंकि वो फेस करना नहीं चाहते कांग्रेस के हालात। कांग्रेस के दिग्विजय सिंह के समय में जो वहां की सरकार की हालात थी वो कमलनाथ जी बहुत अच्छी तरीके से जानते हैं।
अरे वहाँ से क्यों बोल रहे हो? ये क्या कहो ना, स्पीकर पे कहिए वहाँ से।
मैडम, इफ कमलनाथ जी वो
क्या कर रहे हैं आप? बोलिए ना, अपना बोलिए। क्या है? Why you indulging in all this? You go on, proceed. Again, why are you doing this?
What has happened to
शुरू
the
करिए।
price rise?
आप
Inflation.
शांत होइए एकदम।
Actually, I request you, madam, that
आप बोलिए।
with a request, I'm going to speak, madam. I'll request you that please tell the honorable Parliamentary Affairs Minister to go to his seat and occupy his seat. Madam, The Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, according to its press release, I can also send it across to the Honorable Finance Minister. He can get one also. What is the consumer price indices for various essential commodities, madam? From May 13th to July 13th, within 3 months, everything from cereals to pulses to oils to milk to vegetables to everything, madam, has become costlier by 30 to 40%.
वो सेबी
40% rise in
सेबी के लिए गए
essential commodities within 3 months.
चिदम्बरम ने कहा था ना गया
If that is the case of essential commodities,
सेबी समझाया
what about the petroleum products? When we demitted office in 2004,
हाई तो लगाई नहीं
the petrol was 33.71 rupees. Now it is 74 rupees, 10 NP, nearly 75 rupees. 40 rupees increase, madam. The diesel prices, which are very crucial, especially for the farmers across the country, madam, for generators, irrigation pump sets, from 21 rupees, it is 51 rupees 97 paise, madam. For LPG, in 2004 it was 241 rupees, now it is 410 rupees. And if I want to draw the attention of this August House, madam, about our neighboring countries, the price of petroleum in Pakistan is 60 rupees, in Bangladesh 70 rupees, in Nepal 74 rupees, but in India it is 75 rupees. The finance minister should explain to the country, madam, today the honorable finance minister should assure this house, assure the country that not only he will roll back the hike of diesel and petrol prices, and he will also remove the curfew, the so-called curfew declared by Veerappa Moily on petrol pumps, night curfew from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. He also should assure that he will do something with the taxation of the petroleum products. They are mopping 1,50,000 crore rupees on the central taxes on petroleum, madam. And if the Chief Minister of Goa can come forward and remove the VAT and make petrol less costlier than diesel in the state of Goa, I think the central government should come forward. Central government should come forward and announce some relief package for petroleum products. Madam,
उनकी तरफ पीठ हो गई है
I also want to
यहाँ जाओ आ गया
come to the direct issues that are in this supplementary budget, madam. The government, through the
सप्लीमेंट्री एजेंडा कर दो सर
supplementary demands for grants, has
कर लेंगे
sought approval for 2 crores for Ministry of Culture for restoration of Kedarnath temple.
प्रेसिडेंट के यहाँ से साइन हो गई
I want to appeal to Chidambaram ji. Yesterday, our leader, my leader, Srimati Sushma ji, has already appealed while speaking on the situation in Uttarakhand. 2 crore rupees is not at all sufficient for the restoration of Kedarnath temple. If we want to restore the facilities for the pilgrims, the devotees across the country, we require 20 crore rupees for Kedarnath temple. Not only that, madam, the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand has stated that Uttarakhand needs 8,000 crore rupees. The Honorable Prime Minister, Srimati Sonia Gandhi and Chidambaramji, when they visited Uttarakhand after that Himalayan tsunami, they said there will be no limits for the rehabilitation of Uttarakhand. But now the statistics, the record shows, though government has announced a special package of 1,000 crore rupees through NDRF, till date, Chidambaramji, you have released only 250 crores. The remaining 750 crore rupees, when you are going to release? Yesterday, Sushma ji also raised this point. For border road organization, you released 300 crore rupees, in which 270 crore rupees have gone for old dues. When 270 crore rupees goes for the old dues, then where will be the amount left for building roads, culverts, bridges for the devastated Uttarakhand, madam? Madam, in this August House, 7 months back, we also discussed about atrocities on women, especially what happened in December, the mass rape of a brave heart in Delhi. Then Honorable Finance Minister came out in his budgetary speech. He announced to the women of India, he is going to set up a Nirbhaya fund. Madam, unfortunately, Nirbhaya 1 has happened, Nirbhaya 2 has happened, Nirbhaya 3 has happened. Every day Nirbhayas are happening. But according to my information, there has been tussle going on between various ministries. Ministry of Finance, Ministry of WCD, Ministry of Social Empowerment, about who should handle this 1,000 crore rupees fund. Madam, the task force headed by Srimati Krishna Tirath, WCD Minister, till date has not come out with any plan on the scope of utilization of these funds, Nirbhaya funds. This is the sympathy you have for the women of the country, Chidambaramji. Therefore, I urge, madam, through you, that the Honorable Finance Minister should tell this House who will be controlling this Nirbhaya fund, how it will be distributed.
मनी कहाँ है? मनी नहीं है, पैसा नहीं डाला एक भी.
नहीं, इस सप्लीमेंट्री बजट में लेके आए. Madam, I also welcome allocation of 217 crore rupees made for revival of HMT. But actually, the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs had actually approved a revival package of 1,083 crores rupees, madam, which included 450 crore rupees of cash infusion and non-cash assistance of 630 crores. The 217 crore rupees package is inadequate, sir. You know that HMT is a premier organization which needs more assistance from the union government. Before I conclude, madam, I am making a proposal from the large middle class. Madam, out of the total number of assessees of the income tax, 98.3%, that is 3 crore 38 lakhs 40,792 assessees are below the slab of 5 lakh rupees. And the tax collected and the percentage of the total income tax collected from them is only 10%. Today, in this days of price rise, inflation, economic slowdown, joblessness, industrial slowdown, I urge the finance minister, madam, that he should lower the income tax rate from 10% to 5%. If that 5% is 50% of the income tax rate in this slab is reduced, the outgo is only 4,000 crore rupees, madam. But at the same time, it is going to provide huge succor and support to more than 3.5 crore households in the entire country, madam. Madam, at the last, to conclude, before concluding, I want to say only one thing, that we thought that India, after with Atal Bihari Vajpayee's leadership and because of his performance of 6 years, the same legacy will be carried forward. India's economic story blossoms, but in last 9 years, the whole economy has been ruined, madam. Our foundations are in shambles. We are in an irrecoverable situation. When various international agencies from Fitch to whatnot, Goldman Sachs, everybody comment on Indian rupee, everybody comment on our credibility, market sentiments, our investment portfolio. My heart grieves, madam. As a patriotic citizen, I want Indian economy to stable, robust and prosperous. That dream has been ruined, madam. That has been ruined because of two things: incompetence and corruption. There is no leadership. There is no clarity. There is no conviction and concern. We are celebrating 150th birth celebrations of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda Sardasati, he said, madam, today's Teachers' Day, he said, a bad teacher complains, a good teacher teaches, and a great teacher inspires. If we can convert it, a bad leader complains, like Manmohan Singh complains, like Sonia Gandhi complains, like Chidambaram complains. A good leader leads, and a great leader inspires, like Atal Bihari Vajpayee inspired a whole generation, madam. And if they are not capable of leading, if they are not capable of governing, the country's clarion call to them is, to Congress and UPA is, you govern or get out. Thank you, madam.
Shri Madhu Gaudia.